Hello everybody, I am Balasubramanian and today I'll be explaining how geothermal power works. The word geothermal comes from two words, geo which refers to earth and thermal which means the heat content of the earth. As we go deep down earth from the core to the mantle to the from the crust to the mantle to the core, the temperature of earth increases from around 15 degree at the surface to around 6000 degrees Celsius at the core. So, uh, we must be able to harness this energy somehow. And the method of harnessing this is called geothermal energy. We convert this heat energy into electric energy in geothermal plants. Source. So, the uh, steam trapped in the mantle layer comes through the cracks and openings in the earth's crust to the surface in the form of geysers or hot springs. The Yellowstone National Park is a famous example of geysers and hot springs. In India, we can mainly see it in the Ladakh Valley. In order to harness this energy, geothermal wells are built in strategic locations, and the steam from the ground is directed to the turbine chamber. The turbine, as a result of the heat energy, rotates and generates electricity. The steam, which was previously hot and has turned the turbine, now is cooled and is sent back to the source from where it came from. Power output. The power output of a geothermal plant depends on several factors, such as the pressure at which the steam rises to the turbine chamber and also the temperature at which it comes to. At present, United States is the country which produces largest amount of geothermal energy in the world. Uh, it produces about 2.6 gigawatts of geothermal power per year from its 93 existing plants in the country. The country which consumes the largest percentage of its usage as geothermal plants is Iceland, which is about 60% of its usage. The largest geothermal plant in the world is Geysers, located in the United States, and it produces a daily power output of 1,560 megawatts, which is roughly equal to about 750 windmills. Did you know India also had a geothermal project planned in geothermal power plant project planned in Chhattisgarh in 2013, but not much development has happened, and it has been it has been keep being pushed for successive years. Advantages of geothermal energy. The production output of geothermal plant does not depend on weather conditions such as clouds for solar panels and wind speed for windmills, because the geothermal heat is an everlasting phenomenon. Therefore, it can produce electricity uh, throughout the day, throughout the year. While generating electric power is one way of utilizing the hot springs, another way of utilizing is directly, which has been done for uh, several years before we started using it for power, is directly heating the house and for heating the roads using the hot water from the springs and geysers. This method is followed in countries such as Iceland, Finland, and the other Nordic ones. The economics of geothermal plant. So the initial capital investment in a geothermal plant is very high, uh, and around 50% of this costs go into the drilling alone. The drilling also has over 20% failure rate. However, once the geothermal plant is established, it has very minimal operating costs. Also, it does not require fuel, which means the operating cost does not depend on the fluctuating value of fuel. If properly maintained, these plants can operate for several hundred years. Therefore, the profit is in the long run, not in the short run. The geothermal energy, by virtue, is a renewable source of energy, and it has very less impact. Harnessing it has very less impact on the surrounding biodiversity. It also only emits around 1/25th of the emissions compared to the coal power plant, and also, unlike the coal power plant, does not causes lung diseases and cancers. The process of injecting the water used back into the ground also spares the surface from harmful chemicals such as arsenic and lead, which come from deep, which come from deep within the Earth's crust to the Earth's surface. Challenges. Theoretically, there are enough geothermal sites and resources to produce the entire energy requirement of the world. But however, currently the geothermal plants in the world only produce 0.4% of world energy consumption. This is partly due to the but why is this? This is partly due to the fact that we discussed earlier, high investment costs and slow returns. But another major issue is that geothermal well drilling can also affect the stability of the land, and it can also increase the seismic activities, thereby leading to earthquakes. This has put away many investors from investing heavily into this source of energy. One major incident which happened due to geothermal energy is in the German city of Staufen, which tried to go more and eco-friendly and decided to invest more on the geothermal energy and built uh, deep wells near the buildings. Slowly, what was realized that the cracks appeared in buildings. This is mainly due to the seismic activities. And the mayor of the city was eventually elected out and he was jailed as he did not consider the consequences of building geothermal wells so close to a city. Although there are many challenges with geothermal plants, however, as exploration in geothermal sites continue and the experience is gained, we find better methods of drilling. It is expected that the geothermal output would go up to 5% of world energy consumption by the year 2050, and it will reach about 10% of the world energy demand by the year 2100. Geothermal exploration projects of Iceland government have already started to find success in constructing better drilling methods, and also it has identified better areas for geothermal springs without destroying buildings surrounding it. Another project, the deep exploration project funded by the Nordic countries along with Iceland, aims to find locations where the temperature of the water beneath is at a temperature called critical temperature, which is at which state it is neither water nor gas. It is found when steam at this pressure and temperature rises to the turbine, it has more effect on the power output. Therefore, such sites are required to be identified in order for us to more efficiently use the geothermal power. This project is planned in three phases, and currently third phase is going on from 2020 to 2027. Thank you.